Hi, today I'm going to go over with you some of the basic settings of the Control Email or GFI website. First step, please log into the website by going to mail.controlnow.com, and under the username field, please put in your full email address and here your password. If you do not know your password, you can contact the CTMS help desk at 330-541-2834 or helpdesk@ctmsohio.com, and we can reset that password for you. Once the page loads, you'll notice that there are several buttons along the top of the page, and also on the home page you'll see that there's some common tasks and quick links to get to those common tasks. Today I'm going to show you the way to get to all of these settings through the top navigation here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is your junk mail quarantine and your mail queue. In the junk mail quarantine, you will see any emails that you've received that are marked as junk throughout the day. If you would like to receive one of these emails, you can view it first to make sure that the email is legitimate if you have a question, or if it's an email you know you would like to receive, you can click here and select release, and it'll release that specific message through to your mailbox. If you're not entirely sure if that message is to be released to your mailbox, you can click into the email here and view the email and make sure that it's a valid email before you release it. And you can also, if it is an email that you're not 100% sure, you can reply back to the person and ask them if this is a legitimate email before you release it. Or you can delete the message here. In the event that your mail server is ever offline for planned maintenance or during an emergency, you can always receive your emails that are sent to you or send new emails through the system by going to Messages and selecting the Message Queue tab. Under the Message Queue, you have the ability to compose a new email and send it to anyone, or to reply or reply all to all the emails that are being sent to you while the mail server is offline. If you'd like to compose a new email, you can click on this blue button over on the right side of the page, which will bring you up a pretty standard mail editor where you can type in your email address, the subject, you can attach a file, and type in the text of your email and select the send message button to send the email. If you would like to receive or to reply to an email that you've received while the mail server is offline, you can simply click on the email you'd like to reply to, and when the page loads, you'll see that there are several options for reply, reply to all, or forward, just like a standard email editor. In here, we can forward the message by selecting the forward button, inputting the email address we want to send it to, any additional information here, and select send message to send that message. Under the Preferences tab, you'll find a lot of settings like resetting your password, or administering your white or black list, or administering your digest notifications that you receive every day. You can also adjust your spam handling or how aggressive the spam filter is, although we highly suggest leaving it at its current setting. If you would like to change that setting, you can select spam handling and move the slider either left or right to increase or decrease the amount of spam that the filter catches. Today we're going to go over the whitelist, blacklist, and the digest notifications section. The whitelist is a list that will allow all emails sent from either a domain or a specific email address to arrive to your mailbox without being caught in the quarantine. So if you have a user that sends to you and for some reason that user goes into the quarantine, you can add in that person's email address or that domain into this list by just starting a new line and typing it in here and selecting Save Changes, and that will add that domain and will not quarantine any emails from paypal.com. If you have specific subject where maybe the email address is different every single time, but it's the same subject, you can add it in by filtering from address to address or subject. You put it in here and hit Save Changes, and that would allow any email that had that in the subject be delivered and not go into your quarantine. blacklists work very similar to the whitelist, except for instead of allowing the message to bypass the quarantine, it will automatically force that message to go into quarantine. You can also do it by from address, by to address, and also by subject, just like with the whitelist. If I would like to have any email from Microsoft.com go into my quarantine, I can type that domain or a specific email address in this black text box here and select Save Changes, and now any email from that domain or email address will automatically go into my quarantine, and it will not be delivered to my mailbox. So the next section I would like to talk about is if you would like to edit the times and the number of digest reports you receive throughout the day. This can be very useful if you start at different times or if you'd like to receive messages at different times throughout the day, if you do not want to log into this interface every day and check your quarantine. So if we look here, mine are set up to receive every single day, and I also have it do not send empty digests. This just means you won't receive an email if during the periods specified below, if there are no spam messages, you don't receive your digest. Some people like to receive them anyway just so that they can check and just, kind of reminds them if they have an email that they need to check in their spam filter. Other people don't like to receive them, so this is a personal preference here. As you can see, I received my first email at 6 a.m., my second email at 12 p.m., and my final email for the day at 6 p.m. What this means is any email that's sent to me that gets quarantined between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m. will be on my 12 p.m. digest report. Any email sent from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. that gets into quarantine will be on my 6 p.m. digest report. And any email that's sent after 6 p.m. but before 6 a.m. will appear on my 6 a.m. digest report. You can change these settings to adjust for your workday or when it's best for you to receive these emails. Once you've adjusted that, you can save your changes here. Now, if you also would like to find a specific digest report from a previous day, if you weren't sure if maybe you didn't release a message and you can't find it in your mailbox or you accidentally deleted it, you can select that digest report here and click resend, and it will resend you that specific digest report. And finally, if you would like to change your password, you can select the password link here, and that will allow you to change your password. If you have any questions on how to administer this site, please contact CTMS at 330-541-2834 or via helpdesk at ctmsohio.com. Thank you.